What is up, guys? Dashing here for episode 307 of Community Universe Mode and edition number 78 of Monday Night Fusion with this new cancer fucking pure AIDS dashboard Xbox is rocking. I will give them credit. They at least added a new thing. Apparently, they must have added this last night after I went to bed towards the bottom that shows you how long you've been live and how many viewers you have. I guess that's a little bit of an improvement. Still can't see the chat on the screen though, but I got my nice handy dandy phone here. I think what I'm going to have to do is not talk to chat at all during the matches and call it. And then in between, I guess, see what's going on. That's the best I can really do, I think, with this whole setup. But let's get right into it. Action-packed card as always, but even more so tonight. Not one, not two, but three championship matches going down, my friends. And we are kicking things off with the first, the Anarchy title on the line. A rematch from Wildcard as Bannon going to be coming back for his championship as he challenges the Mountainous Man Bludgeon. Anarchy title up for grabs. Anarchy rules, of course. You can't hear me? Can you really not hear me? Are you serious? All right, good. Okay, good. All right. Oh, I didn't even see that the match was ready because the little bar that says how many viewers and how much thing you have is taking up the bottom of the screen. This is going to be fun. This is going to be a fun new adventure here as we get things underway, my friends. Joining those three title matches here, we have two more Cyborg Invitational bouts, as well as an odd ball pairing later on, some tag team action. Our main event I'm very much looking forward to, but this got my vote for match of the night at Wildcard. Unexpected to say the least, these two brawlers putting on a very, very archaic matchup. Bannon, it was his first title defense and he just couldn't stack up against Bludgeon, who got the luck of the draw, of course. Fate chose him to be worthy of the championship match that night and he followed through. But Bannon, as he said in the past, he knows the power that championship holds. He doesn't care about material things, but he knows that with that championship, he can sway the CMV universe into his favor to join the dark side, of course, as the Harbinger makes his way down the ramp, looking to become a two-time Anarchy champion here tonight. Bannon skulking his way to the ring in pure darkness here as the Fireflies, you can say, light up the arena, the CM universe that's already behind the cure. Tonight we are also going to see the United States Championship up for grabs. Samuel Boone is back recovering from his injury at Dark Carnival. But Schmitty, of course, has played his hand once again, pulling Johnny Sampson out of his pocket to make it a handicap match, bringing Trauma along with him. Will Boone be able to defy the odds, or will Schmitty prove his planning skills? Just cannot be trumped once again, just as he did last week to recapture the title. And our main event, guys, doesn't get much more of an odd pairing than it does as Chris Andrews and the undisputed World Heavyweight Champion Paul Devine, bitter rivals who will lead separate teams in the battle this Monday, exactly 1 week away. It's not going to be on Sunday because of WrestleMania, cause and effect on Monday, the 3rd of April. Tonight they team up and to make sure that they do not flake on one another like Paul Devine did last week. Johnny Sampson has put the tag team titles on the line when they challenge Fatal Decision, Sean Kent and Azrael. As here he comes, the Mountainous Man with the Anarchy Championship in tow. Bludgeon and Trauma used to teaming up together as a part of Desolation. Just last week, they tore apart Samuel Boone and Xander Slate, but Bludgeon once again on his own, undefeated in singles action. Trauma again going to be teaming with Schmitty a little bit later on. That United States title match. Bludgeon looking ready to get his hands dirty yet again. We know that Bannon missed out on Monday Night Fusion last week after Wild Card because how Bludgeon finished off the matchup, how he captured the title at Wild Card was he mounted Bannon, just bashed his face and calls it the Bludgeon. And you should have seen Bannon's face backstage after the match. It was just mangled. It was a nasty sight. Bannon needed a good week off there to recover. Now he's back with a vengeance. As the Cure, the harbinger of darkness, looks to add yet another championship reign to his resume, his first only lasting 2 weeks. Bannon looks ready to go here, ladies and gentlemen. And there you see Yoel standing motionless. The Mountainous Man, the left hand of Schmitty and Johnny Sampson lineage. Bludgeon, the Anarchy champion. As he takes a look at the first title he's held here in his CMV career. And this is Anarchy rules, of course, as is every single Anarchy championship match. These two beat the hell out of each other with kendo sticks, ladders, chairs, you name it at Wild Card. I'm sure we'll see the same here tonight. Bannon not even looking at the championship as the referee hoists it high up into the air. Our first championship match of 3 here tonight. Will the title change hands, or will Bludgeon once again smash the Cure's face? And we are about to find out. I can't get used to this because the side the snap feature isn't there anymore, so the chat is at the side. The screen is so much bigger. I'm used to the screen being smaller, but now it's kind of throwing me off a little bit. As Bludgeon with a hip toss, and there's his 300-pound frame right away, crushing the sternum of the Cure as he now flips him over. I'm going to go for the legs. Bannon with a nice drop toe hold. Falls face first. Stomp down to the lower spine. Bannon now going to choke him out. No disqualifications, no countouts. Drops the knee down to the throat. Certainly, Schmitty has well endowed himself here on Monday Night Fusion. Has Johnny Sampson in his pocket now, married to Laura. Desolation, his left and right hand. He's got James and Ted Dickens, in his ear, telling him how great he is. Just as he did last week, luring Sebastian Frost into that trap, no holds barred, recapturing the United States title. Now he has Trauma by his side and defending the championship against, Samuel Boone. Beautiful military press spinebuster. But there are certainly those fighting Schmitty's power grab. Bannon himself, of course, Samuel Boone, Xander Slate, the likes. As Bannon now rummaging underneath the ring, going to get our first weapon introduced, a table. We're going to get to see someone put through that wood. Oh, Bludgeon doesn't want any of it. Kicking Bannon while he's down again. No countouts. These two can stay out here as long as they want. If you want to win, though, got to get them back into the ring by pinfall or submission. Knife edge chop. Beautiful action roll by Bannon. Now charges Bludgeon. Nice big boot to chop him down. Another knee to the throat there. Bludgeon grasping. As he now gets a trip up on Bannon. Elbow drop to follow through. John Cone watching on the CMV Universe. Amped up for this action-packed card. Just 7 days away from cause and effect. Exactly 1 week. April the 3rd. The Deadly Games tournament. Much, much more going down. As now this fight beginning to spill up the ramp. Short arm shoulder block and a chop down Bannon. Bludgeon. Oh, he's going to go for the brutal foot DDT on the concrete gear. God, what a maneuver. Bludgeon's going to kill this man. He's going to end his career. As now Bludgeon says he's going to break Bannon in two. Knife edge chop right across the face. Bitch slapped right there was Bannon. As now Bludgeon thrown right into the corner of that that security wall right in the gut. Back suplex on the table. I mean, that's wood. Those legs, especially hard plastic, that's not going to feel too good to be dropped on that. Yo, what up, Sam? Welcome to the stream, my friend. Stomp down onto the face. Elbow down to the back of the head. Bludgeon just slowly, methodically picking apart Bannon. Elbow drop to the lower spine. Misses that stomp. Bannon back to his feet. Gonna throw him back up the ramp. Bannon seems to really want to fight on the ramp for some reason. As that harsh steel there can be used as a weapon. Bannon now, arms out wide, almost channeling those dark forces. Kick to the gut. Bludgeon better not take Bannon for granted. Bannon better not take Bludgeon for granted. Both of these men have impressed me. Especially Bludgeon, though. Especially as a tag team competitor. He's undefeated in singles, actually. He hasn't had many. I think this is his 4th singles match this season. As he cracks the neck. We're going to work out the kinks that Bannon might have caused thus far. Drops the elbow yet again. Remember, this isn't false count anywhere. If this match is going to come to an end, they got to get back in the ring. No champion's advantage here for Bludgeon. Kick it out the side of the head. Now these two men just countering. Back and forth they go. Almost a reversal fest. Not quite, though. Not just yet. As Bludgeon going to bring Bannon to his feet. Trying to get him back down the ramp. Bannon's going to help him out. Trips him down. Bannon grabbing at his chest. What up, Victor? Nice to see you, my friend. I haven't seen you in the stream in a while. Andrew Briggs, of course, going up one in the Cyborg Invitational last week on Reality Wrestling, defeating D'Angelo Prince. We got 2 more coming our way tonight. Former tag team partners Jaquan Shea and Jamari Williams going to collide. We know Jamari took his first loss last week. This will be Jaquan's first invitational match. And Travis King going to have his first invitational match taking on Salvi, who won last week. So Salvi has an opportunity to take the lead if he is to defeat Travis King. That won't be no easy task, though. Travis King currently undefeated, and he injured, dismantled, tore apart Dennis Lewis last week in order to take his place in the Invitational. As now this match finally back in the ring. That modified hip toss off the ropes. Another big splash by the Anarchy Champion. This time into the pin will be up to finish. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Bludgeon not allowing Bannon to get back to his feet. Kick to the... Look at that, man. Bludgeon just ruthless. There it is! The bludgeoning! Just hammering Bannon's face in like ground meat. Into the pin. 1, 2. No! This time Bannon's able to survive it, ladies and gentlemen. His face becoming a little bit resistant to the hammering. As now Bludgeon in the corner. Stalking his prey like a wild animal. Gonna try for the pin again. 1, 2. Only a 2 pound. 2 pounds. 2 pound 50. Now lifting Bannon up to his feet. Nice trip up by the Harbinger of Darkness as Bannon looking to become a 2-time Anarchy champion. Prove that wild card was just a fluke, but Bludgeon having none of it. Goes for the healing touch. Catches a German suplex instead. And now Bludgeon bringing him to a vertical base in that 300-pound frame. Just mowing him down, brother. What up, Noah? Back body drop. Bannon dropping down to his knees, begging the Dark Forces to help him out here. Maybe going to try to mount a comeback front headlock currently on the Mountainous Man. Rake of the eyes. And double forearms. There's a clothesline now. Bludgeon back to seeking to catch this modified face buster at the hands of the Cure. Bringing him up to his feet. Bannon desperate here. Oh, goes for a clothesline from hell. Very rarely Bannon tries for that. I don't think he's ever actually hit it either. And it didn't work that time. No, there's a Enzu Lariat, though. As Bannon now going to drop to the outside, take a reprieve while Bludgeon's down, digging under the bottom of the ring. We saw a table introduced earlier, but didn't get used. What's Bannon going to bring out this time? Oh, it's a steel chair. The vintage... legendary score settler. Bannon trying to use it. Bludgeon smacks him over the head with it, though. That backfired, and now what do we got here? Uranagi side slam. Rather a pump handle Uranagi. as he grabs him by the hair, bludgeon right back to his feet. Oh, chopped down a short arm clothesline. Now an aggressive pin attempt by Bannon, desperate to capture the championship once again, just a 2 count. What a matchup this has been thus far to kick off Monday Night Fusion, our first of 3 championship matches, I said. Anarchy title is currently on the line in this one, a rematch from Wild Card. These two have beat the hell out of each other already. Bannon surviving the bludgeoning somehow. Unfortunately got his healing touch countered, as well as the clothesline from Hell attempt. Tripped up now. What is one half of Desolation got in store here? Looks like a Bullplex inbound. Bringing him up to his feet. Bludgeon says, I don't need your help, fan. Big knee to the chest. Bludgeon now. Oh, might be about to get... Oh, no, he moves out of the way yet again. And once more, going to smack Bannon in the head with the harsh steel. Bannon is now having a good go of it. This matchup, just as I say that, the cure. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. On the chair, the healing touch. That's gotta do it! That's gotta do it! 1, 2, 3, oh! Wow! How the hell did Bludgeon survive that? A healing touch, neck first down into the steel chair. That's some resolve on display by the Anarchy champion. 1, 2, just a 2 count. Bludgeon somehow still standing as he revs up his engines. Now he's pissed. Now Bannon's pissed him off. Bannon takes a quick breath on the outside, right back in, takes a stomp to the knees, snapmare by the Anarchy champion. Cranking that neck. I know Tim LaFave somewhere right now is just smiling from ear to ear. He's marking out hard. Oh, spine buster by the Anarchy champion. That's not enough, though. He's not content. What's he looking for here? Another one! Oh my God, just killing him. 1, 2, 3, and Bludgeon retains the Anarchy Championship, putting an exclamation point on it with not 1, but 2 spine busters in a row there. What up, Dynamic? You're just in time to see the end of this first matchup. Bludgeon retaining the Anarchy title. I think that was better than their wild card encounter, man. That healing touch down onto the chair. How did that not do it? What a matchup. Bludgeon remains undefeated in singles action. Not 1, but 2 spine busters to finish off the cure after surviving a healing touch, neck first down onto the chair. There's the second one right there. He tried to hit on the chair. Looks like Bannon might have caught a little bit of the back of his head on it. Didn't matter, though. Either way, he was unconscious. Bludgeon retains the Anarchy Championship to kick off Monday Night Fusion edition number 78. Still 2 title matches to come, as Schmitty defends the United States title alongside Trauma in a handicap match against Samuel Boone. And in our main event, Divine Affairs, you could call them, Paul Divine and Chris Andrews challenge Fatal Decision for the tag team titles. Got to make sure to mute my phone here, hearing myself. I think it is the 4th matchup on the card. Will be the Cyborg Invitational bout between former tag team partners Jaquan Shane and Jamari Williams. Also going to see Travis King, undefeated, make his invitational debut, taking on Salvi. But up next, folks, we're going to see if another undefeated streak will remain as the White Rabbit Freddie Osborne goes toe-to-toe with certainly, I'd say, his biggest challenge yet, his biggest opponent yet, in Crow. Crow last week sending out a couple of tweets making his intentions known for the Anarchy Championship. Certainly be a way to kick off his climb by ending an undefeated streak, putting down Osborne here tonight. Osborne coming off a great matchup last week against Lex Knight. Lex Knight, after the matchup later on in the show, said that Freddie Osborne will pay for ruining his grand return. White Rabbit certainly got to have that in the back of his mind, but he's got to stay 100% focused against someone like Crow, who's been on a roll as of late. Was supposed to have a big opportunity last week, teaming with newcomer Harvey Hastings against Chris Andrews and Paul Devine. But remember, Paul Devine flaked on the match and didn't show up, so it got canceled. Crow saying that alone, counts as a win in his mind, so he deserves a title shot for just that. I don't know if Johnny Sampson's going to comply, though. There was a promo. Wow. I did do a promo announcing the tag title match. I see how it is. Currently undefeated, Freddie Osborne, the White Rabbit, making himself enemies every single week, it seems. He beat debuting Cameron Harris some weeks ago via submission. They had a rematch last week on Reality Wrestling. He beat him via countout. Cameron Harris, I've been told, been fuming about this. Wants to get his hands on the White Rabbit once again. Now he's got Lex Knight after him. Hopefully he doesn't agitate Crow here tonight. Jade Devine had a couple of promos while she was on Fusion. Mostly let her actions in the ring speak for her, though. The latest inductee into the CMV Hall of Fame, Jade Devine, Papa Bless. As here comes Crow. Riding high, feeling as good as he ever has after defeating his former tag team partner, John Reed, 3 weeks ago on the 300th episode of CMV. Alongside Adam, Adams fell short and capturing the tag team titles, though, at Wildcard, just not a pairing meant to stick. Like I said, Crow probably going to be Freddie Osborne's biggest challenge thus far in his career. Crow, an experienced competitor here in CMV. And like I said, he's been on a roll. Let's see if Osborne can remain undefeated, or if Crow will hand him his first taste of defeat. As the action rolls on, the White Rabbit ready to go. Crow looking like he's about to burst out the cage. Referee rings that bell, and let's get it on. Oh, right out of the gate, Osborne showing off his power with that sit-out spine buster. Not a great way to start things off for Crow, as now the White Rabbit with a wheelbarrow face buster. Remember, we've talked a couple of times about how Freddie Osborne was originally supposed to come into CMV as a part of a tag team called The Cure. Supposed to be joined by the Black Rabbit, but his tag team partner dropped out last second. And I gotta say, maybe fate had its way, because Osborne been doing great as a singles competitor. We'll see if he can keep it up tonight. Big clobbering blow to the back there by Crow, as now he stomps down onto the lower spine, flopping Osborne over off the ropes. We know Crow loves this senton. Brought up to his feet. What does Crow have in mind here? Clean singles matchup. Up next, we are going to see the United States title on the line. Unfair advantage for Schmitty, as he's got Trauma in his corner. Handicap match defending against Samuel Boone. I guess that's what you get when you got the general manager firmly in your pocket. Samuel Boone, though, not backing down. He'll take it. He wants some revenge against Schmitty. He wants that United States Championship back. Might not be the scenario he would have wanted all to go down, but belly to belly there by Crow to counter whatever Osborne was going for. We know Crow loves to fly high, finish off his opponents with that swanton bomb. Now he's just going to moonwalk into the corner, though, having a good time of it. What up, Kenji? Welcome to the stream, my friend. Second matchup of the evening. We just saw Bludgeon kill Bannon after coming back from the dead, somehow surviving a healing touch onto a steel chair to retain the championship. Still 2 more title matches to come, 2 invitational matches. as well as some tag action a little bit later on. Big DDT by Crow off the float over. Now knee to the side of the head, doing some real damage right now. Crow has obviously zoned in, found his target. Scoop slam attempted. White Rabbit drops down behind. Big blow to the back of the head. Oh, hero slam. You gotta imagine that both Cameron Harris and Lex Knight are somewhere watching this one. They both have legitimate beef with Freddie Osborne. If Freddie Osborne beats Crowhead, and I'm sure that'll be another person gunning for him. Osborne quickly making a lot of enemies as he goes for a wayside slam there. A lot of power moves in the arsenal of Osborne. I'd look at him, I don't think he's a powerhouse. I'd probably look at, if I didn't know Osborne at all, first time seeing him, I'd probably say maybe a technician he kind of looks like to me. Or maybe even a high flyer, but no, powerhouse seems to be his game. He's getting an inverted suplex there now by the White Rabbit. We know that he likes to utilize the sharpshooter to win most of his matches. He's also used a crossbody out of the quarter to win a few. He's got a kick to the gut right there. He also loves that count out. That's a big one in his arsenal. Lateral press by Osborne as he tries to finish here. Kick out by Crow. What up, Chaco? Chaka. I'm always going to get that wrong. I'm just going to call you Choc. We'll take away the A and the O. Just Big Choc. As we get a back body drop by Freddie. Puts him in a seated position, not for long there. Stomp down onto the arm. It's been a pretty back and forth match thus far. Nobody's really been dominant. Bullplex once again showing off his strength as he circles Crow now. What does Freddie Osborne have in mind here? Kick to the go. Maybe going to try for that wrist lock Northern Lights suplex, but Crow's not letting it happen. To the top rope, my friends. Are we going to see him fly with the Swanton Bomb? Yes, we are. To hit Osborne his first defeat. 1, 2. No, just a 2 count. The White Rabbit remains alive for now. As he's quickly back to his seat, looking to shake the cobwebs. Dodges a jumping cutter attempt. And now what has he got in store here? You can tell that he's hurting from that that Swanton Bomb. Beautiful suplex right there. I thought he didn't have it at first. Kind of looks like Crow was about to counter, but... Oh, here we go. Second time's the charm. Wrist lock. Northern Lights suplex. He's won matches with this before as well. That's going to be a rope break, though. Lucky for Crow and good eyes by the referee. And Freddie Osborne goes to the top rope. Takes a second to taunt the CMV universe here. Let out a mighty roar. Big knee. Bam! Connects to the temple. I'm surprised some blood wasn't shown after that one. It's brought to a vertical base. Osborne, what's he going to try for here? Maybe the sharpshooter, maybe the crossbody. I don't know. Maybe a counter. Crow looking to stay alive. Drops down behind us. Freddie. Pow! German suplex. Again with the knee. No, Crow says one is enough. Thank you. I'm good, fam. Appreciate it. Maybe going to try for a pin here every chance he gets. He does. Hooks the leg. 1. Just a 1 count. Excuse me. A little bit of a stuffy no. Oh! I don't know what Osborne was shooting for there. Whatever it was, countered by Crow. Oh, I think we've seen this before. Out of the torture rack position into the power bomb. Will this be enough to finish the White Rabbit? 1, 2. No, it was a 2 count. Barely, if it was. Barely. Now Osborne's got to be careful. If Crow goes to the top rope again, gets off of the Swanton, I don't think he's going to survive it. Oh, but Osborne again goes to the wrist lock. Northern Lights, no rope break this time, I don't think. Beautiful bridge. 1, 2. Just a 2 count. Drops down to 1 knee. This match is taking its toll on both competitors. Osborne trying to regain a bit of stamina. Oh, as he sizes Crow up. If he gets locked in that sharpshooter, I don't think he's going to survive. There it is. Oh, pretty close to the ropes. Maybe Crow can get a rope break. Can Crow reach out? Will the pain be too much for him to withstand? Sharpshooter locked in deep. No, Crow is forced to submit, and Freddie Osborne remains undefeated. What a matchup. Crow certainly put up with a hell of a fight back and forth throughout, but Osborne locks in that sharpshooter. Too much pain to withstand for Crow. He's forced to submit despite being so close to the ropes. Who is going to be able to stop the White Rabbit, ladies and gentlemen? There was the first wrist lock Northern Lights suplex early on in the match. He then hit another one when it wasn't enough. Osborne resorted to that devastating sharpshooter to force Crow to submit. Freddie Osborne remains undefeated. Who will step up to take down the White Rabbit, ladies and gentlemen? So impressive thus far in his CMV career. Oh, look who's coming down the ramp, though! The man who Freddie beat last week, Lex Knight. Lex Knight promised Osborne that he would pay for sullying his grand return, and it seems like Lex plans on keeping his promise. Enzu lariat. Now Freddie Osborne might not have any idea where he is. Out of the corner, Lex Knight with a discus big boot, knocking the teeth right out his mouth. But Lex ain't done, my friends. Sizing up the White Rabbit as Crow gets back to his feet just in time. No! Osborne countering Nightfall into an impaler DDT. Osborne letting us know he's not done just yet. Crow says, fuck that, fam. Crow's out of here. Crow's having none of this. He's not joining either, man. He's not jumping on either side. But Freddie Osborne, guys, what is he going for here? Oh, a kick to the gut. Not just one, two of them. The referee calling for some help down here. What a clothesline. Lex Knight might regret coming down here. The White Rabbit seems fueled, man. He's pissed. Oh, now that devastating shoulder claw of doom. Lex Knight thought he got the jump on Osborne, but he was wrong, as Osborne now sizing up this reborn Lex. And now he's going to taste the sharpshooter. No, he's not. Lex Knight wants none of that shit. Battles back, closes in. Freddie Osborne, the least two just beating the hell out of each other here. Live on Monday Night Fusion as Osborne looks to put the encounter to rest with the Beast Bomb. Where is security? Let's get these two separated already. Osborne with an arm raised. I think this backfired on Lex Knight big time, ladies and gentlemen, as security finally coming out onto the stage. Lex Knight tried to get the jump on Osborne. He told him he would pay. Look at that, right in the face of, oh my God. This stare down is intense. Security finally pouring into the ring to separate them before it gets any worse. The action must continue, my friends. Osborne remains undefeated. Lex Knight making it known that he will pay for sullying his grand return. That stare down, though, that was intense between those two. Freddie Osborne showing no fear. Lex Knight just like dead inside, like no soul. As we head into our next matchup of the evening, our second title match of the night, the United States title up for grabs. You see that man in the far right, Schmitty, he is the champion. And thanks to his pull with general manager Johnny Sampson, he's gotten some support for himself in the form of his right hand trauma. We saw his left hand bludgeon retain the Anarchy title earlier on tonight. Let's see if this championship could stay in lineage, as Schmitty is now calling it, the family that he's forming here on Monday Night Fusion. Samuel Boone, of course, the former champion, the man that Schmitty defeated to win the title back at Dark Carnival. Not only that, though, ended up injuring Samuel Boone. Boone just returned to action last week to lose a tag match alongside Slate to Desolation. Slate and Samuel Boone realized they're going to have to work together to take down Schmitty. Otherwise, on their own, they don't stand a chance to get the forces he's amassed. And we know that Samuel Boone is still recovering from that injury. He's certainly not at 100%. And now he's got a handicap match to deal with. Schmitty going to be able to tag in and out. But this also comes into play, guys. Samuel Boone can pin Trauma and win the championship. He doesn't have to pin Schmitty to win the title. But I think the odds are obviously severely in the favor of the self-proclaimed greatest professional wrestler on the planet today. Schmitty might have gotten himself surrounded by many desolation, James, Ted Dickens, Laura, Johnny, but he's got himself some enemies too. Samuel Boone, Xander Slate, Bannon, Jamari Williams, a lot of people wanting to get together to try and take down Schmitty here in the family, quote unquote, that he's gotten himself. Of course, we've still got even one more championship match to go after this. The main event, guys. Johnny Sampson putting Chris Andrews and Paul Devine together as a tag team just 7 days before they lead separate teams into battle. And to assure that they don't flake on each other like they did last week, he's made it for the tag team titles. Sean Kent and Azure with a big defense ahead of them, though. If they retain, that would certainly be quite the message sent to the rest of the locker room, beating down the undisputed champion and the #1 contender. Or we can see Paul Devine break some records. Chris Andrews finally captured the title he spent most of his career chasing, but it's time for the next matchup here, folks. That's later on tonight. Let's worry about this. Samuel Boone, the curator of Boone Juice, not backing down. Gotta give him credit as he makes his way to the ring here. Johnny Sampson was very reluctant to make it a handicap match, but Schmitty, we know he's got Sampson firmly in his pocket. Married to his daughter, Schmitty has promised Sampson if he doesn't comply with him, he will break his daughter's heart. Johnny, of course, doesn't want to see that. No father wants to see that. And Schmitty taking advantage of this fact. And here comes Trauma, the other half, the devastating duo known as Desolation. His partner earlier on tonight, Bludgeon, retaining the Anarchy Championship against Bannon. Obviously, if Trauma is to get the pin on Samuel Boone, that would still be Schmitty retaining the championship. It wouldn't be Trauma winning it. These guys were once the left and right hand of general manager Johnny Sampson. Johnny, though, signing over their power, their control to Schmitty. Now his personal bodyguards doing his bidding. Trauma looking ready to get his hands dirty here. Looking like he's feeding for some action as he paces back and forth. Boone there standing ringside, like not even acknowledging Trauma's presence. He's looking up at the ramp saying, "Come out of here, you bitch. Come on, Schmitty." That's who he's waiting for. That's who he wants to get his hands on. And here he comes. At some point, there he is. The CMV United States Champion who won it back last week. Remember, he lost it at Wildcard to Sebastian Frost. Schmitty, though, using his new connections, pulling some strings, concocting a plan, and Frost unfortunately fell for it. Schmitty luring him into a no-holds-barred match. And the self-proclaimed greatest professional wrestler on the planet today just dismantled Frost to recapture the belt. And here he comes, that title once again firmly around his waist. Has he screwed himself over, though, with this handicap match? Could Samuel Boone get lucky, maybe try and pin Trauma? Or will Schmitty's plans once again come to fruition? Mastermind is Schmitty. You gotta give him credit, man. I say it every week. I hate this guy. I can't be unbiased when it comes to Schmitty, but he's got himself in quite the situation, quite the position here on Monday Night Fusion. Such a short amount of time. Just 4 months here on Monday Night Fusion. He's already essentially at the top of the pyramid. Schmitty with an evil smirk on his face. He knows. He knows what he's done here. He knows Boone's got virtually no chance. As we get a tweet, guys, from Hayden, HT Kitely. Haven't heard from him in a while. He says, Greatest of all time? With what? That pity U.S. title? Hayden gets upset every time I say someone's the greatest or someone's real good. We hear from Hayden out of nowhere. He says, "What? Look at all my accolades." It always rubs Hayden the wrong way. As this handicap match gets underway, Boone immediately taken down by Trauma. Oh, there's a wasteland. Up over the shoulders. Nearly driving him through the canvas. And Schmitty could literally just spend the entire time on the apron. He doesn't have to get in at all. Just let Trauma handle this for him. Not even break any of his nails or anything. I'm sure Schmitty seems like the kind of guy to me who gets a pedicure, who gets a manicure. That seems like the type of guy that Schmitty is. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but, you know, in the sport of wrestling, you're going to have to get your hands dirty. As Schmitty watches on, big forearm smash there by Trauma. Samuel Boone knows him very well. Like I said, they fought last week on a losing effort. He and Slate to bludgeon Trauma. He also faced Desolation in a handicap match. Couple of months back before he was injured at Dark Carnival. He was torn apart by him. So Boone, not only with some revenge to get on Schmitty, but also Trauma here. Some kicks right to the face. That mask obviously going to absorb most of the blow, but still not going to tickle. Still going to hurt. What's that, Tim? Is that how much time you spent on the games? Rake of the eyes by Schmitty, who's now in off the tag. I guess I was wrong. He does want to get his hands on Boone. Look at telling him, like, you made a mistake. You made a motherfucking mistake, motherfucker, coming into this matchup. I think maybe Schmitty was hoping Boone would drop out, be like, nah, never mind. I won't get my rematch. But Boone showing his bravery, stepping up here. Short arm clothesline. Man, Schmitty just dismantled Sebastian Frost in that main event last week, though. What a big boot there by Boone. Headbutt to the top of the head. It seems like Paul Devine, all of his teammates, Reese Matthews currently taking a lead from the new gods. Mike Crimson killed by Chris Andrews. Sebastian Frost murdered by Schmitty. And now the Undisputed Champion has to team with his bitter rival, the Bloody Brit, in tonight's main event. And they could possibly walk out as champions together. As a vintage Boone, guys. With the Shining Wizard, can you imagine if Boone recaptures the United States title? Boone bomb! Oh my God, could he have it? No, here comes Trauma. There's that handicap advantage coming into play. Schmitty and Trauma have each other to rely on. They can tag in and out. Boone's got nobody. That pisses Boone off. No, it's not back, Tim. I'm using my phone. They did add a thing at the bottom that shows how long I've been live and how many viewers I have. I guess that's a little bit of improvement, but no, still no chat. I'm using my phone. Sit out Gourd Buster by the United States champion, who's full of himself, arms out wide, like this ain't no thing but a chicken wing. That boom bomb didn't even hurt. Double forearms clothesline now. What's this? Modified face buster. Busts Boone wide open, ladies and gentlemen. Now Schmitty on a roll. Gonna lock in that devastating sleeper hold of his. Will this be enough to force Boone to tap and retain the United States title? Or can Boone survive and live to continue fighting? You can see Schmitty kind of covering his eyes, not letting him see. Getting blood all over his hand, no doubt. Tosses him overhead. Boone, every chance he gets, hooks the leg. Could he steal it here? No. Trauma makes the save yet again. That cut looking nasty on the forehead of Boone as Schmitty is lifted up to his feet. Boone's not giving up. Got to give him all the credit in the world here, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know where Xander Slade is. He's not here tonight, apparently. Otherwise, I'd imagine he'd be ringside. He and Boone now allies against Schmitty and his lineage as Schmitty, old school Schmitty, the maneuver that captured the United States title, the maneuver that put Boone on the shelf. Will it now be enough to retain the title? 1, 2, 3, it will. Schmitty once again coming into Monday Night Fusion with a game plan, ladies and gentlemen. Executed to perfection. Boone lured into the trap. Handicap matchup. And Schmitty retains the gold. Give Boone all the credit in the world for even coming down to the ring and competing in this matchup. But it was a mistake. If I were Boone, I would have said, nah, fam, fuck that. I'm getting a one-on-one match. But Schmitty's strings were pulled yet again. And the greatest professional wrestler on the planet today is still the United States champion. Getting the pin for himself, too. That's sure going to be good for the ego of Schmitty. Schmitty and Trauma dismantle Samuel Boone. Good night for lineage. Bludgeon retaining, Schmitty retaining. And we still have one more title match to come at our main event, lads and gents. The tag team titles on the line. Can Divine Affairs work together to capture the gold, break some records? Or will Fatal Decision get the biggest win of their careers, send a strong message to the entire locker room? Before we find out that fact, we got our first Cyborg Invitational bout of the evening coming our way. And a tweet from Ted Dickens, guys, says, at Hayden, Schmitty's here, winning. While you're where? On your couch? Get real. Your time's up. Ted Dickens, of course, as always, coming to the rescue of his good friend in Schmitty. But right now, folks, about to take to that ring, former tag team partners Jaquan Shea and Jamari Williams going to duke it out. This is Jaquan Shea's first matchup in the Invitational. Chance for him to go positive. Jamari currently trailing behind. He took a loss to Sarasi last week now. He's going to look to even things up for himself. Later on, we see the undefeated Travis King after dismantling Dennis Lewis and taking his place in the Invitational. Going to take on Salvi, who he tried to attack last week. Remember, after the match, Travis King just taking over Fusion. He attacked Sarasi, then he tried to attack the Masked Man of Mayhem, but Salvi battled him back. Travis King salving at the mouth. He told Johnny Sampson, I want Salvi, and you are going to give him to me. He gets him here tonight. We also got that oddball tag team match to come. Going to be Gluttony and Shane Scott taking on Mr. DDB and Troy Myers. That's going to be an interesting match to see go down. A tweet from Hayden, guys, response says, yeah, I'm still being talked about, still being thought about, always relevant. Always egotistical, more like. Am I right? This is the fourth matchup of the night, Timmy Boy. Bludgeon retained at the top of the show. Better matchup, honestly, than their match at Wildcard. I suggest going back and watching it. I mean, fucking Bludgeon survived a healing touch neck first onto a steel chair. And then we saw the White Rabbit remain undefeated before being attacked after the match by Lex Knight. Battled them back, though the two engaging a very intense stare down before being separated by security. As here comes Jaquan Shea, ladies and gentlemen. Jaquan Shea not been doing too well these past couple of months for himself. Taking a lot of losses. Most recently, we saw him in action in episode 300. Falling to Genesis's Caden Kinra. But ever since the Invitational was announced, we've seen tweets from Jaquan Shea saying this is the biggest opportunity of his entire career, and he's not let it slip through his fingers. As here comes J-Dub, ladies and gentlemen, the two-time international champion. Like I said, starting off the Invitational where they lost last week to Sarasi. Looking to bounce back here, keep himself afloat. If he goes too negative, that's not going to bode well for him. We know in the past two Cyber Invitational winners, the first ever Troy Voodoo, he finished with 8 wins, 1 loss. Last year, Justin Stain finished with 8 wins, 1 loss, both of them. So even if you're down 1, you can still battle back. We've seen it. But going -2, I don't know about that. That might be a harsh hill to climb. You got to get lucky. And these are former tag team partners, ladies and gentlemen. They have respect for one another, but such an opportunity on the line, a chance at the Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship, a chance to go down in the record books. They're going to have to put friendship aside. Currently atop the Cyber Invitational, Sarasi, Salvi, and Andrew Briggs are all tied at 1. And Salvi has an opportunity later on to take the lead firmly with 2 wins as he battles Travis King. Jamari Williams, Tyson Cage, and D'Angelo Prince currently sharing the bottom of the rankings. If Jamari loses this matchup, he'll take dead last. Blow to the back of the head there. Jamari going to retaliate with a punch to the pec. J-Dub now. Going to go for the back suplex. We know what follows through. The Kip Up King to his feet. Jawbreaker. Staggers Jamari. Beautiful monkey flip, throwing Williams into the corner as Jaquan stomps down onto the arm. Oh, there it is. There's my favorite submission hold. We were debating it a couple of episodes ago. I was trying to explain what kind of move it was. It's that one right there. I hate that move so much. So dumb. Jamari Williams luckily able to escape from it. Not going to tap out to that ish as he grabs Jaquan by the hair. Pretty aggressive here. Trapping him between his legs and a face buster. Remember, Jamari's still recuperating from a brutal attack he suffered at the hands of a mystery man during Wild Card. He seems to think it was wholeheartedly blame Sam Valentine for the attack, as they did fight that night. But Sam rejects the accusation. He's got a beautiful my second favorite submission now. Leg lock armbar combo. Jaquan pulling out these submission attempts. I don't know what's going on. Maybe he's been training these past couple of weeks in the art of submissions. Man, I don't know. And perhaps just trying to wear down Jamari. He knows Jamari's hurt. An Irish whip off the ropes, going to catch him with a wheelbarrow suplex, sends him flying overhead. Oh, beautiful counter by Williams right there. I think Jaquan might have actually been going for a back suplex hip-up combo, so Jamari said, nah, man. That's not happening. I don't know, Tim. We know that obviously this year Fusion got chosen rather to host the Invitational. Indeed, Genesis has the Deadly Games taking place exactly 1 week time, the 3rd of April, Monday. The second annual Cause and Effect, they've got that tournament coming. 8 superstars going to compete for an Alpha World Championship match against Bob Luger that very night. Of course, the winner of the Invitational gets that trophy, that big old bonus check, and most importantly, an Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship match, while those that come in second and third going to get a mid-card and tag team title shot. Recent years, someone's gotten fired, but Johnny Sampson removing that stipulation, saying why would he fire one of his superstars just for wanting to be the best? As we get a kick out there at the count of 2. Oh, Enzu Lariat connects flush by J-Dub. Rocking Jaquan, and now Jamari with the Kiwi Crushers. Repeated kicks to the chest, and that final one goes right to the back of the head. Jamari Williams circling his former tag team partner. They kicked off this season as allies. Oh, what is this? Powerbomb attempted by Jaquan, countered. Gonna try to sneak it in here with this Hurricane Rana pin. Oh, gets out, notice Shay. These two teamed together during the second annual Tag Team Cup, Tokyo, Japan. They were part of the stable. Oh, look at this! Usually Jaquan actually pays homage to Jamari in his matches by hitting the Kiwi Crushers. This time he does it to J-Dub, though. And this is obviously pure disrespect shown by Jaquan with these repeated kicks to the chest, even more than Jamari does. And bam! He cranked up that kick, baby. Into the pin. 1, 2, only a 2 count. Shay, hands atop his head. He has no idea how Jamari survived that, but now he's right back into the action. Jamari cannot afford another loss in the Invitational. He might have no choice. Counters the Brainbuster. Good news for J-Dub for now. Can't capitalize, though. Jaquan battling back now over those shoulders. A little bit of boot camp, maybe. Ah! Right to the temple. puts him on his ass, and now the thigh kick of doom, brother. What a maneuver. Having a little bit of fun, that little prance he did leading up to the elbow drop. And Jaquan now, back and forth matchup thus far. Nobody discernibly in control throughout. Jaquan is already gassed, though. That's not a good sign as he goes to the top rope. Maybe going to look for that 630 senton. We've seen him hit time and time again. Yes, he is! No, Jamari Williams knows him too well, though. Able to move out of the way and save himself. Boot to the top of the head, though. Jamari just can't seem to capitalize. Every time he gets a big counter, he can't capitalize on it. As once again, look at this triangle. Choke by Jaquan. The third submission he's applied here in this match. This match used to end a lot, this maneuver, I should say. Submission hold used to end a lot of matches way back when in season 2. Not here tonight, though. Jamari able to survive once again. Neckbreaker by J-Dub. As Jamari getting riled up here. Spend a little less time taunting the fans, though. Jamari a little more time winning the match, man. There we go, finally stalking Jaquan as he gets to his feet, looking surely for the good night driver. Jaquan, though, they just know each other too well, countering their big moves, reversal after reversal. 1999 Exploder suplex sends Jaquan nearly right into the camera. As Jamari gonna try for it again. He's not giving up, staying on the attack. Shea to his feet, can he counter it again? It doesn't seem like he's going to. Good night driver by Williams. Into the pin. 1, 2. No, Jaquan. Able to stay alive for it now. And Jamari baffled almost. Like, are you fucking kidding me? He thought that was it for sure. As now he backs into the corner, shaking his head. He can't believe it. Jaquan, though, showing his will to survive here in this one. Stomp down onto the face. Propping him up. Jamari with a chop to the back of the head. Jaquan might have kicked out of the good night driver, but he's not able to get back to his feet right now. Jamari's in firm control. Emerald Fusion! Wow! Bust Jaquan wide open. I haven't seen that used since the legendary Sunshine was here. Jawbreaker now backs Jaquan away, creates some distance. What a drop kick, man. That boot right down his goddamn throat, right, just about. Double boots to the chest, sends him back. Jamari gonna drag him out of the corner. Lateral press here. Jaquan busted wide open. Will this be enough to finish him off? No, only a 2 count. Jamari backing into the corner again, taking a look around. He can't believe that this fight has been so tough. Maybe underestimating his former tag team partner. Maybe thinking Jaquan would take it easy on him or let him pass by, but no, it's not happening, brother. Both these men want that world title shot. Big splash to the lower spine. Jamari, not a huge guy. That's still going to inflict some damage, though. As he's brought up to his feet, Jaquan says, nah, fam, thank you. I don't need any help. Big knee to the chest. As now Jaquan going to try for a pin. Desperate at this point are both men. One, just a 1 count. To the apron, Jamari. A high fly. Oh, maybe gonna try for his slingshot spear. He is! He so rarely hits that. Could it be enough? 1, 2. No, Shea. Somehow, some way, man, the will to live in this matchup is incredible. I gotta give him credit, but Jamari's had enough, man. Spear again! Jaquan shuts that shit down from coast to coast. He ain't having it, motherfucker. As he brings J-Dub to a vertical base. Jaquan, he's got to capitalize. This is opportunity. He might not have another. Boot camp again employed. As Jaquan in the corner. What is he trying to do here? I'm not too sure. Just staring at him. Maybe he suffered a concussion. He's grabbing at his head. He's busted wide open. Nasty gash. Confused here. Taking too much time, though. Jamari begins to stir. From behind, Jamari counters. Kicks out the quad. Jamari, big Enzu lariat. Gonna go for the pin. Will this do the deed? 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Up next, folks, oddball pairings is going to be Gluttony and Shane Scott teaming up to take on Mr. DDB and Troy Myers. Travis King and Salvia then collide in our co-main event, Cyborg Invitational. Main event, Divine Affairs. Can they work together against Fatal Decisions with the tag team title on the line? Fatal Decision. There's not multiple decisions, just one. As Jaquan lifting reverse DDT in position. Brainbuster. If Jamari goes -2, I don't know if he'll be able to battle back in the Invitational. Jaquan, 1, 2, 3. Jaquan gets it. What a matchup. What a win for Shea to battle back. Jamari in control throughout. The Brain Master, too much to withstand. Now Jamari takes dead last, -2. Will he be able to battle back? I don't know. Jaquan gets himself a victory, though. A great matchup between former tag team partners. We saw, how well they knew each other throughout, countering each other's big moves over and over again. But finally, Jaquan Shea battling back from sure defeat to pull off the Brain Master and put down J-Dub. J-Dub now takes dead last. Jaquan gets himself a point. We'll find out if Salvi can take the lead later on tonight or if Travis King will remain undefeated. There's the finish right there. Jaquan surviving a good night driver, a slingshot, spear, and more to battle back and get the win. Bloodied, bruised, and all. Jaquan Shea said he's going to make this tournament his. He's not letting this opportunity fall through his fingers. And friends or not, he won here tonight. Whether they'll still be friends after this, I don't know. I don't think Jaquan really cares, though. He's got his sights set on championship gold, brother. It's going to be a very late stream. Up next, folks, time for some tag team action. Some oddball duos, no doubt. Gluttony, the personal weapon of Bill Maverick and the Unholy Alliance, has had a rough patch as of late. Took the pinfall defeat in that fatal four-way last week, tapped out to Oliver Smith, tapped out twice last week. Shane Scott been in the same boat as him, unable to get a win since debuting here in CMV. On the other hand, Mr. DDB and Troy Myers been on a roll. DDB debuting some weeks back, defeating the Witch Doctor. Troy Myers on like a 4, maybe 5 match win streak. This could prove to be a great tag team, DDB and Troy Myers. I mean, you got the obvious strength, size of Mr. DDB, and then the speed, the technicality of Troy Myers. But Gluttony just ruthless, and Shane Scott a great all-around wrestler. Both these teams could prove to be a formidable alliance. We'll have to find out which is a more so, though, here tonight. Still to come, of course, up next in our co-main event, the undefeated Travis King, after mauling Dennis Lewis and taking his place in the Invitational, will debut in it against the masked man of mayhem, Salvi. That is going to be one hell of a match to see, man. And in our main event, can Divine Affairs get their shit together, work together to capture that championship gold, knowing that in just 7 days' time they'll be opponents, and that further down the line, Chris Hansen will challenge him for the undisputed title? We'll have to wait and see. Either that or Fatal Decision will get the win of their careers and send a very strong message to the rest of the Fusion locker room. That wasn't Rumble 2018 though, Tim. That was 2017. Here in CMV time. At the 2017 We just about to crack 2019, fam. We are 2 months away, not only from the 5th annual CMV Royal Rumble match, start our road to Ascendance 5. Of course, guys, remember the 4th annual Glammy Awards coming up. The poll options will all be posted directly after cause and effect. So Tuesday, the 4th of April, this will be posted on the website. You want to have your voice heard? You want to vote for who you think should win some Glammys? Make sure you join our website. Out first, the personal weapon of the Unholy Alliance and Bill Maverick, Gluttony. Really needing a win to get himself back on track. Tapping out twice last week doesn't make you look like too much of a monster. As Bill Maverick, you see following down behind. We're going to see those sexy white-ass legs about to peek through his robe. And his tag team partner for the night, Filth, Shane Scott, who made a statement coming into CMV last month when he brutally attacked Sarasi. Unfortunately, since then, though, has been unable to scrounge up a win for himself. He's desperate for it. Both these men are, and when you're desperate, you're dangerous. That's the old saying. Blessed for the host, NGCW. Papa bless. Appreciate you. Are you ready? That would be unfortunate if Gluttony and Mr. DDP come to blows in this matchup. Hopefully the ring's been reinforced as it was when he battled the Witch Doctor. There's Team 1, Gluttony and Filth, Shane Scott, ready for battle, ready to turn their luck around. As out next, coming the nigh upon 7 foot tall, gotta be 400 pounds at least, and Mr. DDP. Mr. DDP debuting here in CMV some weeks ago with a win over the Witch Doctor. Mr. DDP, no stranger to tag team action. See if he can work together with Troy Myers here tonight. That's the question. Troy Myers been on one hell of a roll. Got to be a 4-5 win streak. These two men, I feel they could be a great alliance. They could be a formidable team. Look at all that chang blang blang though Mr. DDP's bringing on. I think it's taking him a solid 5 minutes to take that all off as he awaits the arrival of his tag team partner, the Ultimate Java, the undisputed future, ladies and gentlemen. Troy Myers amped up and ready to go. This is the formerly self-proclaimed Ultimate Jabba, teaming up with the Master Jabba. Just one more reason to love this team. Troy Myers is fucking ready to go. He had himself a boon juice or something backstage. He is fucking hyped, ladies and gentlemen. Troy Myers. This is the first time he's been on Monday Night Fuel. Shane Scott just walking right by him like, what's up, fam? What's up, cuh? This is the first time Troy Myers has been on Monday Night Fusion in a good while. Usually competing on the live events and reality wrestling. He's not going to let this opportunity to prove to Samson he belongs here slip through his fingers so easily. The Ultimate Jabba, the Master Jabba, together. Let's see if they can get the job done against Gluttony and Shane Scott here. And of course, it's going to be Gluttony and Mr. DDB starting things off together. Dear God, John Cone, please be safe. Don't try. Oh my goodness, look at that's a little bit of agility there by Mr. DDB. That kick to the midsection. What a clothesline! Gluttony chopping him down with something to prove. Again, tapping out twice in 1 week has sullied the view of Gluttony in the eyes of many in the CMV universe. What kind of monster taps out, gives up? And Bill Maverick's certainly not happy about the way his personal weapon has been performing. Nice drop toe hold there as Gluttony now with that fucking massive goddamn bulge in tow. Trying to snap the arm of DDB now. A tag to Shane Scott. Filth makes his way in, and this is a severe mismatch. Oh, there goes Mr. DDB. Grabbing a hold of the berry basket, the dick, but he ain't done. Big fucking open hand chop to the chest, rip in peace, Shane Scott. Oh, Tim, you're a big goulash fan? My mom makes that shit all the time. But Tim, do you eat shredded cheese on yours? A little bit of shredded cheese, some pepper, you know what I'm saying? That's some good goulash right there. As Mr. DDB now going to match up a little bit, make it a little bit fair as Troy Myers in off the tag. Awesome teamwork. See, this is a team meant to be right here, folks. This was a team meant to be. The Super Ultra Mega Jobbers. He's going to double Russian leg sweep into the pin. Could this be over already? No, only a 2 count on Filth as Mr. DB not too sure what he's doing here, getting in and out of the ring. Wasn't sure if that was going to be it or not. Sorry, fiddling my goddamn mic wire. Tag to Gluttony as Troy Myers battles back to his feet. Most recently, we saw Myers victorious in a fatal 4-way match. Look at that! Releasing Tiger Bomb. Got some height on that one, Bubba. It's actually shades of his, what would you call Bill Maverick to Gluttony? His master, I guess, his, I don't know, savior? I don't know, his leader. He's the leader of the Unholy Alliance. Alley-oop bomb, and Troy Myers just fucking decapitated on the top rope right there. Things not going well for these Super Ultra Mega Jobbers right now. He's gonna flapjack, god damn. Put face first with that wheelbarrow face buster. Gluttony just picking apart Myers right now, guys. Slamming him knee first into the canvas. Now going to try for a pin. Gluttony eyeing a pound, 400 pounds. He just lays it down in Troy's face. Troy out at a count of 1, though. I think Maury's the #1 veteran on the ranking system. It goes via time watched and points. So if you haven't watched a lot, you're not going to have a good ranking. Back body drop by Gluttony. Troy Myers trying to stay alive here in this tag team encounter live on Monday Night Fusion edition number 78. Still to come up next in our co-main event, Travis King, undefeated, takes on Salvi in a Cyborg Invitational match as Gluttony gonna throw that big ass of his right in the face of Myers. And I do not envy Troy on this night. I usually don't envy him, to be completely honest. I don't know if I'd want to be Troy Myers. Doesn't sound like fun to me. Getting kidnapped and shaved. Oh, Gluttony! With that pedigree of his! Will this be enough? Is Troy out, guys? Taking his time to flip him over. Lateral press here. Can DDB make the save? Yes, he can. Otherwise, who knows if Myers would have had enough strength within him to kick out on his own. This ain't the end of the Super Ultra Mega Jobbers just yet, baby. I already know Cop's going to give Stink that European Championship in his debut. Super pumped. DDB trying to get the CMV Universe behind him as Troy with the Troy Turner. Looking to turn things around as he goes in the pin. That's a rope break there, though. Unfortunately, Troy Myers looking at the ref like, you fucking joking me. And Myers with an arm raised high. He's been literally getting his chrome dome caved in at the hands of Gluttony here. I don't know what he has to talk about. He should make a tag as DDB is asking for. Instead, gonna look to finish. Hooks the jaw. No! Countered by Gluttony. Was looking to flip the switch. Ain't gonna go down that easy, though. Gluttony with something to fucking prove here tonight. Out ringside, the shenanigans of the dirty heel, Bill Maverick. The leader of the Unholy Alliance tosses a weapon to his weapon. Steel chair put in place. Gluttony, though, looks to finish on his own. Sizing up Troy Myers, has him in his line of sight. Gonna take another pedigree. DDB can't even look. Troy choking under the pressure here tonight. Busted wide open. Gluttony into the pin. Oh. Bill Maverick, though, distracting the ref. Wrong time to do that, old Billy boy. Just cost your fucking man the win as Shane Scott tagged in, showing off his muscles. And now just going to look to capitalize on the dead carcass of Troy Myers at this point. Arm drag puts him in a kneeling position. Troy Myers closes in, overhand hook. DDB again trying to get the CMV Universe behind him. Trying to get Troy going. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, only a 2 count. Last time we saw Shane Scott was a couple of weeks ago here on Monday Night Fusion, competed in a triple threat match against Reese Matthews and Razor Windu, which was won by Windu. Myers moonwalking his way over to tag in Mr. DDB, who is nice and fresh at this point. Circling Shane Scott like a shark in the water, smelling blood. DDB might have to put the team on his back at this point, guys. Shane Scott placed in the corner, Irish whip to the opposite side. Oh, 400 pounds into the midsection. And then a belly to follow through, tossing him right overhead like a sack of dirty laundry. As DDB thought he was about to make the tag, I was giving Troy Myers 10 seconds to rest here. Jawbreaker staggers him, and DDB taken out of the ring. The Royal Rumble isn't for 2 more months, though, Shane Scott. That ain't an elimination. Scott, though, taking a breather, working out a kink in his shoulder as DDB begins to stir. Shane Scott going to greet him. Doesn't want to give him too long to recuperate here. Cheeky little Texas jab deflected. Taking overhead with the fireman's carry. Troy Myers now on duty, the cheerleader here, as blood pours from that gash on his forehead. Over near the announce table now, these two are fighting. Countouts in effect, though. Normal tag match here. Currently at a count of 3. There's 3 now. Oh, DDB just died. Oh my God! Shane Scott! Oh shit! Houston hangover from the ring all the way to ringside. How did that connect? I do not know. What a risk taken though, and it paid off not for long. What up, LOL son? Welcome to the stream, my friend. This is a Monday Night Fusion, 5th match of the evening, and Shane Scott just hitting a Houston hangover from the top rope to the outside. Which somehow fucking connected, I don't know. Count of 6, DDB getting filth back into the ring. Back elbow by Double S, hook to the jaw, now we've seen this before. Going for the Tiger Suplex. Mr. DDB breaks out. He just broke the master lock. Now the Master Jabba with a Uranagi. Planting Scott face first as DDB skulks his way to the corner. And what is he sizing Scott up for here, my friends? Scott getting to his feet. He's trying to. DDB, what is he doing here? Oh! Cracking that skull, my God! No mercy shown by the 7-foot-tall, 400-pound Mr. DDB. Wouldn't call that a love tap. Oh, but look at Bill Maverick ringside, folks. The leader of the Unholy Alliance, that devilish tongue of his, catching DDB off guard. Oh, but not for long enough. Shane Scott not even able to get back to his feet. That kick obviously took its toll. As DDB, nasty kick to the spine, and now the Master Jabba looking to finish things off. And this Corky Tag Team match. No, Scott counters. Now Shane going for a hook to the jaw. DDB forearm smash. I don't know why he's allowed to wear that ring during a match, by the way. A punch can hurt a lot more. Pretty much a weapon. Oh my God, he's gonna do it again. Shane Scott gonna take another dose of the skull tap. Scott, don't get up. Look at that, right in front of Gluttony, too. Just coming over. Kicking his lights out. Making sure there ain't no rope breaks. 400 pounds down to the chest, but Bill Maverick again capturing the attention of the referee. Why hasn't he been ejected? Maybe John Cone too scared to upset the Unholy Alliance. I honestly don't blame him, but oh, this is how you beat the Witch Doctor in his debut. The Witch Doctor had a lot more cushion, you could say, though. Shane Scott, not so much. That sternum about to be crushed into the pin. What? No, Bill Maverick again. Come on, ref. Get him the hell out of here already. This is ridiculous. As Gluttony. Oh! Yes, Bill Maverick has been ejected. Good. Maverick's got his own match to worry about at Cause and Effect anyhow. Set to take on Josh Wolf. He's got enough on his plate. He shouldn't even be out here. Finally, he's been ejected. DDB's is still the legal man. Gluttony isn't. Shane Scott is taking control off of the distraction. Shane Scott going to try to mount a comeback here late in this tag team matchup. No support from Bill Maverick any longer. Nice super kick right there by Filth. As he tries to figure out how he's going to chop down this big oak tree. We're going to target the throw, maybe. What is Scott thinking here? I'm not sure. He's taking too much time, though. Looks for a hook to the jaw. Set him up position for the Tiger Suplex. Ooh. Oh, nice. Athleticism there. Double knees connecting right to the face as Shane Scott calls this the Filthplex. Oh no, he's looking to the Dragon Sleeper. I thought he was going for the Filthplex instead. Gonna look to tap out Mr. DDB, and he does. Mr. DDB forced to submit off that modified Dragon Sleeper. A much needed win for he and Gluttony, as Myers not looking too happy. He was stopped from making the save by Gluttony. Damn, that match was looking to sway in the favor of the super ultimate mega jabbas, Troy Myers and DDB, after Maverick was ejected, but Shane Scott digging down deep, folks. What's up, DJ Kogo? You wish he would have reversed it. He couldn't, though. It was locked in deep. Shane Scott with that modified Dragon Sleeper. Too much for DDB with a stand. He tried to stand as long as he could so that Troy could make the save, but Troy was stopped by Gluttony. There it is right there. I guess that's one of the only ways you can beat a man the size of DDB. Get him in a nasty submission hold, choke his lights out. There you see Gluttony charging across the ring, was able to stop Troy Myers from making the save. And DDB forced to submit. Shane Scott finally gets a win, much needed for these two superstars. Big hand to Bill Maverick for his multiple assistance before being tossed out by the referee. But a win is a win. Got a fucking hang now right now, and it is killing me. I also jammed my finger. I'm pretty much just dying, always. If you didn't know, if you're new to CMV, I'm pretty much always dying, having aneurysms, strokes, all the good stuff. As it is co-main event time, my friends, lads, and gents here on Monday Night Fusion edition number 78. Our second Cyborg Invitational matchup of the evening. Travis King currently undefeated. He was seemingly insulted that Samson did not include him in the Cyborg Invitational, taking things into his own hands last week, by brutally attacking Sarasi after his invitational, and then he tried to attack Salvi, but the masked man of Mayhem, making his Fusion debut, battled back King. Travis later on in the evening, backstage at a CMV.com exclusive, brutally dismembered Dennis Lewis, one of the participants in the Invitational, cracked his skull open, checkmate down to the concrete floor. And as Johnny Sampson's security and medical crew rushed to the scene, Travis King grabbed Sampson by the collar and told him, "I just killed that man, and I will do it to every single other Invitational participant unless you put me in the tournament." It seems there's an opening now. Lewis obviously not able to compete, and Sampson complying for the sake of his own life. So Travis King, now defeated, enters the Invitational, taking on Salvi. If Salvi wins, he takes the lead at 2 points. If he loses, then he'll drop down to the bottom. King will rise up himself. We know Jamari going dead last in his loss to Shaquan earlier on in the evening. I am a big fan of Travis King. This kid, just in my mind, is the total package. Athletic. He can fly high, springboard, a great technician, and his power is absolutely unbelievable. If I'm being a little bit biased, this is my pick right here to win the 3rd annual Cyborg Invitational, ladies and gentlemen. No doubt about it. If you've seen Travis King in action, you know what I'm talking about. This kid is amazing. This is going to be a straight up fight. No beating around the bush here, my friends. Salvi, of course, traded to Monday Night Fusion as a part of the trade between the brands during episode 300. He put down Tyson Cage last week to get a point in the Invitational. Travis King not waiting in line, man. He beat his way to the front. Salvi's been the only man to hold his own against King thus far, battling back his post-match attack attempt last week. And that has obviously done nothing but catch the ire of Travis King. Travis King awaits the arrival of the masked man of mayhem, baby. Salvi looking to take the lead in the Invitational while handing King his first official defeat here in CMV. Salvi hasn't lost too many matches himself this season, taking on some big opponents and held his own. Looking to start anew on Fusion, and did that the right way with a victory last week. We'll see if he can keep it up, or if he'll become just another victim and drop down in the Invitational rankings. And here we go. Cyborg Invitational matchup in our co-main event. Travis King, undefeated Salvi, the masked man of mayhem, looking to take the lead. As the referee rings the bell, these two men collide in the middle of the ring, and Salvi going to take the first shot with that back body drop. Still to come, guys, in our main event, our 3rd title match of the... Oh, there goes John Cone taking out some collateral damage there. Foreign, or rather, a Divine Affairs, we're going to call them. That's their little nickname they've been dubbed here tonight. Will they be able to work together? Bitter rivals Chris Andrews, the undisputed champion, Paul Devine, being given a huge opportunity against Fatal Decision, the tag team champions, the belts on the line. Sampson assuring that these two don't flake on each other. We can see the tag team champions on separate teams come next week at Cause and Effect, as Travis King going up high. Like I said, this kid is a total package. He brings strength, he brings technical aptitude, he brings the high-flying ability with a glorious Phoenix Splash right there. Salvi right back to his feet, though. Irish Whip catching him on the rebound, the back body drop yet again. Kick to the spine. Salvi wanting to keep King grounded here. He can't use his strength. He can't use his agility and his athleticism. Salvi is downright just a brawler. There's nothing else about Salvi. He can hold his own in a wrestling match. He's certainly obviously learning in his time here in CMV, but his main skill is those fists, baby, left and right. Those two lethal weapons. Let's get a beautiful pop-up double boost right under the chin. Knock us to spit up into the air. I think I caught some over here. I'm getting in my Mountain Dew. Salvi, now look at this. Shades of the CMV Hall of Famer, Scott Norrie. With those jabs to the midsection, then the uppercut to finish it off. Now we get the in and out. Travis King obviously has a game plan here. Oh, single underhook face buster. Salvi wants none of that, though. He gets out of it, wrangling the arm of King. Drops the elbow to the lower spine. I don't think I've ever seen King tossed around like this before. Simple neckbreaker, classic style there, but doing that ultimate damage. We know Salvi loves to use the leaping tombstone pile driver to finish off his opponent, so obviously sizing up that head and that neck is what's in store. End of days. That's what he beat Tyson Cage with last week to go positive in the Invitational. Wasting time, though, is the Masked Man in Mayhem, who fraternized with the CMV Universe instead of continuing his assault. As he now sizes up King. Will King taste his first defeat here in CMV and go negative in the Invitational? No, not yet. Counters the tombstone into one of his own. And that is just insult to injury, as King ain't done. Looking to sweep the board up over the shoulders. No! Countered by Salvi now. Both men go back and forth. Into the corner he goes. Kicks to the midsection here by Travis King. Stomping a mud hole at him. Cover attempt by King now. Only a 2 count. This is a Cyborg Invitational matchup. Oh, where wins matter. Of course, whoever places first gets a trophy, goes down to the record books, that big old bonus check, and most of all, an Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship match. This year's full of newcomers, young faces, people who otherwise wouldn't get these opportunities. Shades of another CMV Hall of Fame with the Psycho Driver. Wow, shout out to Genesis General Manager Dave Turner. Salvi really likes the Legends, apparently. Those moves all work for them. Look at where they are. That's Salvi's mind, I'm sure of it. As he goes for the knees of Travis King, take out his high flying, his agility. Salvi again, though, making the mistake of pandering to the audience instead of continuing his assault. Will it cost him yet again? We're about to find out. He's got Travis King in his line of sight. Gonna go for that leaping tombstone pile driver. Seems like he will get it this time. Ooh, gotta be careful with the rope break, though. There you go. See, Salvi's smart enough. Pulling away, making sure there's no chance of that. Hooks the leg now. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Travis King refusing to go down like that. Undefeated. Live here at Monday Night Fusion. Travis King closes the distance here. Arms behind the back. Butterfly position up into the air. The DDT. Brought up to his feet is Salvi. Irish whip into the corner. What does Travis King have in store here, ladies and gentlemen? Live in the co-main event, Monday Night Fusion number 78. Back elbow, caught him in the chin. Oh, nice counter with an arm drag, though. Reversal fest nearly erupting, but Travis King controls snapmare. Drop kick right to the shoulder. Looks like he caught him. Salvi, though, grabbing at his neck. Lateral press. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Again, guys, if Salvi gets the win here, he will take the lead above all others in the Invitational. If he loses, though, he'll be 1-1. He won't be negative. Oh, spinning Euro uppercut. Nearly sends Salvi's head flying over into the cheap seats. King ain't done, though. He ain't wasted any time. Brave Master! Led onto the knee. Classic CMV maneuver. As King, where is he going? Springboard leg drop. Man, King with a barrage right now. He is going motherfucking hard in the paint. As he's back in the corner, might have tired himself out. Got to be careful. Got to watch your stamina at all times. You can't go too quick. Can't go too hard. As King going to give it another go. Regaining his stamina. Gas tank revving up over the shoulders. This time he's going to get it. He calls this checkmate. And will that be enough? Into the pin. 1, 2, 3. Bring it, Will! Travis King remains undefeated and goes positive in the 3rd annual Cyborg Invitational. Travis King remains undefeated. Salvi, no doubt, giving him his hardest fight to date, but not even the masked man of mayhem could stop this kid. He is my pick. I think he's going all the way. I think it's a clean sweep in the future of Travis King. This kid is just a prodigy. Who can stop Travis? Wait a minute! Look at this! Sarasi! Looking to get some payback for what King did to him last week. The Masked Man. Looking to jump Travis King, but King had eyes in the back of his head. Sarasi, beautiful reversal out of the powerbomb there. This ain't an official match though. Into the sunset flip. Can't get the pin. And these two will face in an invitational matchup at some point. King attacking Sarasi after he had his match last week. And now he's getting that all-sweet revenge as he sizes King up. You reap what you sow as the master of the face buster with the full Nelson makes him taste the canvas, baby. And King just got his ass rocked. Sarasi with a statement made, telling Travis King he can't just do as he pleases, do when he wants, where he wants, whenever he wants. Sarasi's waiting for him. He says, bring it on. The fact of the matter is, though, Travis King remains undefeated. He goes positive. Sarasi obviously waiting for him, getting some nice payback there for himself. But that won't bode well when they actually get into the ring together. Can Sarasi perhaps be the man to finally throw a wrench in the gears of this seemingly unstoppable newcomer? Only time will tell, as it is time for our main event of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, my friends, here on edition number 78 of the show of CMV. Fatal Decision poised to defend their tag team titles against the alliance, use that very fragile alliance of the Bloody Brick Chris Andrews and the undisputed champion Paul Devine here tonight. We were supposed to see them actually team together last week, a special live event, but Paul Devine never ended up showing up, flaked on the match, so the match was canceled. Samson calling both these men into his office at the top of the show here tonight and telling Devine bluntly, just because you're the world champion doesn't mean you can do whatever the hell you want. I am still in charge. If I put you in a match, if I promise you to the CMV universe, you better fucking show up. I won't hesitate to put you out on your ass along with your sister. Obviously, that triggered Devine a little bit, but he grinded his teeth. You know, he sold Johnny Sampson, telling him they're going to team together here tonight. Even though some fire back by Devine, he said, I do not want to team with this motherfucker. I don't trust him. Chris Andrews, said, little jab at him, saying, oh, this is the champion. This fucking schmuck is your champion. Samson saying, you will compete. I'm obviously not throwing in here, think you guys are going to work together unless there's a common goal. So he has put the tag team titles on the line. We know for sure Andrews and Devine won't flake now. This is an opportunity for Devine to break records, tie records. If he wins, he will tie his brother Quantum's record for most tag team title reigns. Quantum currently with 5. Of course, 4 of those reigns he shared with Paul Devine. He'd also make history as the first man to ever hold a tag team title and a singles title at the same time. Short list of people to hold 2 titles at once, the likes of Hayden, Troy Voodoo, and Web members Jeff Walsh and Adam Bradley. And this title, of course, Chris Andrews chased for the majority of his career. His first year here in CMV, multiple shots at the tag team titles. Gold around the waist is what Andrews wants. Of course, he's vying. What's on his mind is that undisputed championship, firmly on the race, currently the Asian sensation. But he'll take a tag team title reign. Why not? I'll throw it in there. And a tweet, ladies and gentlemen, from Tim LaFave says, at Paul Devine, over at the Barclays Center at Burrow, a borough away, rather, from watching the Nets get decimated by the Hawks. Still rooting for my brother-in-arms, Paul. Good luck tonight, my man. So a shout-out there from Timmy with the Timster of Thursday Night Genesis, of course, ex-gen brother of Paul Devine, sending his support. Hayden sends out a tweet saying, see, they still talk about me. Will these two men be able to work together? That's the million-dollar question. This isn't the first time they've teamed up. They actually paired together earlier this season in a losing effort. I believe it was when Paul Devine lost the account out. And even before that, I'm pretty sure they've teamed before. Remember, this stems back much farther. Chris Andrews captured the Anarchy Championship from Paul Devine when he was known as Sushi X during the King of the Ring tournament. Andrews now this season, his sights have been on that undisputed title despite holding the Anarchy Championship, becoming the longest reigning and most title defenses as champion. He failed to capture the belt against Justin Sane at SiberSlam. He has himself another opportunity. Imagine a main event. Chris Andrews and Paul Devine, our tag team champions, fighting for the undisputed world heavyweight title. That'd be a first. It'd be a first at cause and effect in exactly 1 week time as well. They'd be leading opposite teams into battle. And here he comes, the Asian sensation, the man who puts the rising and rising sun, Japan's biggest export, and the CMV undisputed world heavyweight champion, Paul Devine. There's no way of beating around it. These two do not trust each other, but with championship gold on the line, an opportunity to break records, go down in the history books, they're going to be on the same page. Or hopefully they will, at least. Hopefully they can work together. Hopefully they can realize this common goal. Otherwise, Fatal Decision is going to tear them apart. Ted Dickens letting out a tweet here responding to Hayden saying, yeah, they talk about the past a lot. We get to see the future in hashtag Schmitty. We talk about what a win it would be for Chris Andrews and Paul Devine here in the main event of Fusion, but what a win this would be for Azriel and Sean Kent, guys. It would be the victory of their career. What a message would be sent to the Fusion locker room to defeat the world champion and the #1 contender in the same match to retain their gold. They are fresh off that dominant defense against Crow and Adam Adams at Wild Card. They had last week to rest there at 100%. These two young up-and-comers are not looking to be put down so easily. The Bloody Brit and the Asian sensation awaiting the arrival. Not even looking at each other. No game planning. They're just winging it. Here we go. Sean Kent, the bow-up big asshole Azriel. Been on a roll as the tag team champions, winning them back at Regicide. These two kids have impressed me. No doubt. Azriel, of course, stretching back to last season, a two-time international champion. Kent debuting this season. These two getting together. And they have been quite a formidable alliance. Didn't take Sean Kent very long to live up to the Kent name. 3 months into his career, already holding championship gold. Look at Chris Andrews pointing out, I'm like, what are these fucking schmucks in here? This is who I'm put up against. This is the tag team champions. Get the fuck out of here. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We could see history made. Oh, please don't tell me it's going to... Okay, poof. Thought I was about to freeze again. This is for those Fusion Tag Team titles. My favorite championship, probably in my side of the show, Fusion and Genesis. I love these belts. Currently held by Sean Kent and Agile. They're the challengers, no friends, bitter rivals. But tonight they are allies. The Bloody Brick Chris Andrews, the undisputed champion, Paul Devine, could make history here tonight. Andrews doing some stretching. Devine working out some kinks in his shoulder. They are ready to go, and there they are, Sean Kent, the Boa, big asshole Azrael. They call themselves Fatal Decision, and they are ready to get it on as the gold glistens in the spotlight here in the main event of Monday Night Fusion. Referee taking the gold from over the shoulders of Kent and Azrael here. Hoisting them high up into the air. That's a title. Actually, Paul Devine has not held these specific tag team titles, the world tag team titles, over on Genesis. He's held 4 times alongside his brother Quantum. That's a record he'll break if he's victorious here tonight, or he'll tie, rather. 5 for 5. As Andrews starting things off against Azrael here. Holding him high up into the air. Damn, what a way to kick things off. Jesus, man. Oh, Britt. That's new. I haven't seen him hit that before. Blood rushing to the head for show. As he gets some mounted punches, trying to crack that skull open. That's one way to get it done. Smacking away the hand. Jumping gooder deflected by the Bloody Brit as he closes in. Spinebuster counter, elbow to the top of the head. Shoots in now, belly to belly, gonna put down the Boa. We heard from Britt earlier on in the night. Mike Miles wasn't too happy about the action. Miles saying, how come every time you're given a tag team title opportunity, it's not with me, your tag team partner? Britt, of course, teaming with the likes of Parker earlier this season. They competed in the Tag Team Cup live from Tokyo, Japan. Rex Carter as well. Certainly some odd duos has come for the career of Andrews this season. There's the T-work coming into play by Azrael and Sean Kent. Irish whip off the ropes. What do we got here? Oh, inverted atomic drop and a big boot. Nearly taking the Brit's head off. As Sugar is really excited about this matchup. She's a big fan of Divine Affairs. Sean Kent with an STO there to Paul Devine, bringing him up to his feet as the undisputed champion is now legal. This has got to feel good for Paul Devine. We know Ryan Kent, the history between him and X-Gen going on with him and Tip 2 on Genesis, the Deadly Games tournament upon us. This is the younger brother of Ryan. Got to feel good to punch someone that looks like his former foe as he's dragged out. Cold breaker by Sean. One half of the tag team champions now looking to scale up. I haven't seen that before. A little crossbody out of the corner. Sean Kent showing off his aerial aptitude. Much different style from his brother Ryan Kent. Ryan more of a brawler, a powerhouse. Kent likes to go high, very technical. As Paul Devine, what's he going for here? A gourd buster, perhaps knee down to the top of the head. Oh, and here's that combo that Sean likes to use in his matches. Some chops, some back fists to the side of the head. A couple of kicks to the chest. That spinning soul might have cracked a rib. Certainly making it hard for Paul Devine to breathe here. As now he's going to put him in the corner. We got to look out for that boot of doom. That's how they retain the belts at Wildcard. Going to steal it with this victory roll. They'll wrap it up. Paul Devine counters. Going to steal it here back. Oh, he nearly did. Could you imagine they won the titles off of that? That would be quite embarrassing for Fatal Decision. Michinoku Driver by Devine. Now a tag to the Bloody Brit. Working together decently so far. No animosity. You know, they're not They're not refusing to tag. I don't know where to, there you go. That's the wrong corner, Divine. There's the one you're looking for as Sean Kent has him over his shoulders. GTS to the Brit. Paul Divine letting him take that finisher. He knew it was coming. Into the pin. 1, 2. Just a 2 count. You see Andrews had his teeth clenched rather. Might have absorbed the blow there of that GTS near the face. Certainly rocked him. Azrael going to try to come in to get the pin now. Lateral press yet again. 1, 2. Oh, not even a 2 count that time. Chris Andrews, the former international champion, 2-time Anarchy champion. Paul Divine, a 4-time tag team champion, former Anarchy champion. He's the man that Bloody Britt beat to win the title back in King of the Ring. And there's that discus punch that Britt's been using lately. Something new out of the arsenal of the Brit. Obviously looking to dole out a dose of revenge. Azrael wanting nothing to do with that, though. Puts him in the corner, counters, puts him up against the turnbuckles. Counter again. Back and forth here between these two. Azrael laying him out. Watch out, John Cone. The bow to the top rope. He's not a frequent flyer. Boom! Double boots to the chest that time, though. Nearly going right through him. As Big Asshole gonna put him in the corner. Oh, Boot of Doom could be inbound. Yes, it is. Britt already taking a GTS. This is not gonna bode well for Divine Affairs. Kick to the temple, off the shoulders into the flapjack. Will that be enough? Nope. Azrael doesn't want it to be finished just yet. Gonna tell Kent, don't pin you. Let's inflict more pain. Let's send a message here tonight. Not only are these to the entire Fusion locker room, all of CMVS. Kent now with a crossbody flying high off the top. Loving them crossbodies here tonight. Goes for a drop kick. They should have gone for the pin off that Boot of Doom. Now they're gonna pay for it. Sean Kent going for a ride trio of powerbombs. We know Britt loves all things threes. Able to escape there, though, with Sean. And clothesline sends Britt right outside the ring. That's very telling right there. Sean Kent, like, get the hell out of my ring. You don't belong here. As Britt staring up at the lights, Azrael just looking down at him. Maybe content to take a count-out victory here. They got that Champions advantage they can retain via count-out or disqualification. Stomp down on the leg. Britt trying to get to his feet, desperately trying to make the tag. He's got to make the tag. Oh, Irish whip right into the knees of Azrael. Gonna do it again. Referee currently at a count of 3. Sean's going to keep Irish whipping into the knees of Azrael here. Britt finally's had enough. He shows him how to get back into the ring. Kick off them cobwebs, man. Britt risking the concussion. The moves he's taking in this match. Got to make a tag to Divine real quick. Going for an uppercut to the midsection. Britt able to deflect that, though, with a hook to the jaw now. Gonna go for the 3 Amigos. Again countered by Sean Kane. He does not want any of the trios moves that Britt's going for in this matchup. Kick to the... Oh, what a backstabber. Into the pin to retain the titles. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Hardly that. Azrael and Paul Divine coming in to make sure, though, as Kent backs into the corner. Oh, I haven't seen this from Kent before. Oh, my goodness. Face first right into the boot. Hello. My God, man. Sean Kent pulling out all the stops in this one. Woo, Paul Divine got that save right there. I think that would have been a 3 count, ladies and gentlemen. And then a cheeky little kick to Kent, because why not? Britt has got to start doing something, man. He's got to turn the tide real quick as Azrael making sure Divine returns to his corner. Britt brings him up to his feet. Gonna Irish whip him into the turnbuckles. Slowly approaching. Britt's a veteran. Oh, Chris Andrews looking for that British drive-by, showing him how it's done in the UK. Watch out for Azrael, though. Azrael keeping his distance. Double boots to the temple, rocking Sean back into the ring as quick as he can. Oh, my God, could these... Oh, double middle fit. Looks like he just flipped off Divine. He just flipped off his tag team partner. 100%. Chris Andrews going to do this on his own. Military press off the ropes. Big splash into the pin off the British drive-by. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. And now Britt just mowing down John Cone. He's taking down everyone in his wake. I don't know if flipping off Divine was so smart now. Divine might not want to make a tag. This might come down to a handicap at this point. You can see Divine over there, man. He's not looking too happy. Britt doesn't care, though. Oh, again, Azrael got a taste of this as soon as the match started. Now it's Sean's turn. Look at the strength of the Britt, letting the blood rush to the head before dropping him like a sack of dirty laundry as he brings him up to his feet. Sean Kent is getting beaten bloody right now, getting mollywopped as he's turned in the corner. What does Britt have in store here? We're not going to find out. Sean Kent finally with a sign of life. Elbow connects straight to the face, though. Andrews now out of the corner. Oh, what a punch! He just killed him, man. He just turned Kent inside out, sent him to another dimension. One. Oh, not even a 2 count, though. What a main event this has been thus far with the tag team titles on the line. The uneasy team of Andrews and Paul Devine taking on Fatal Descent. Oh my God. Britt, gas tank on empty. He's struggling to get to the pin. Could this be it? Hooks the leg. Oh my God. 1, 2, 3. Oh my God. We have new Fusion Tag Team Champions. Wow. This is incredible history made tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Andrews and Paul Devine are now the Tag Team Champions of Monday Night Fusion. How is this gonna work? Oh my God. I'm at a loss for words. Britt did it all on his own, too. You saw halfway through the match there, he flipped off Devine. He said, F yo ish, man, I don't need your help. I'm getting these titles for my own damn self. There it is right there. The Edge connects flush, puts Kent down. And we have new tag team champions. Just like that. Has there ever been a more dysfunctional team in CMV's history? These guys are leading separate teams into battle in just 1 week's time at Cause and Effect, and they're set for an undisputed title match at some point in the future. How in the hell are they going to retain those titles? Oh my God. Paul Devine ties his brother for most championship reigns as a tag team champion. He becomes the first man ever to hold tag gold and singles gold at the same time. Andrews had another title. His resume, look at this. They're going to celebrate together. History made. What a shock upset. This is incredible. How is this team going to work? Look at that. A little fist bump, because why not? Wow. Oh, I just hit next show. GG, no re. What a Monday Night Fusion, my friends. That was incredible. How is this going to work going forward? I have no idea. Wow. Chris Andrews and Paul Devine are our tag team champions. You'll see right there, I got a medical report that Tim LaFave has been completely cleared of his concussion, so that's great news heading into the Deadly Games. Many feared, including myself, that he'd still have it heading into Cause and Effect. So that's great that he's able to shake that off at 100% once again. And guys, I'm actually going to be simulating the whole live event tonight. So I'm feeling a bit under the weather. And it's getting late, and I know Cop wants to stream. So, first matchup's going to be Warrior Justice taking on Heaven or Hell. What's his name? Angelico and Diablo? How is this gonna work, guys? I don't know. Chris Andrews and Paul Devine as our Fusion Tag Team Champions. How are they gonna coexist? They are literally opponents leading opposite teams into battle in 1 week time at Cause and Effect. They did fist bump. They shared a fist bump. I think it was the heat of the moment, you know. They were so excited with the win. They just didn't even realize it. Paul Devine momentarily forgave him for flipping him off. I mean, I said I wouldn't be reading chat when I was calling matches. All right, then we have Harvey Hastings taking on Cameron Harris. It's so weird seeing my stream while I'm streaming. A little bit trippy. All right, and then we'll do a winner match. Why not? It'll just be simulated. Doesn't matter. Oh, we know Sean Kent and Asriel are owed a rematch clause, and undoubtedly, after being embarrassed like that by two guys who hate each other, able to work together to defeat them, they'll be coming back strong for them belts. No doubt about that. I think the only mod here is Timmy Boy, so Tim, just give us some winners. Rigged. Hey, Topher won again. Oh, I forgot Echo was here. Nick Blake's on Genesis, Tim. I apologize, Echo. I never meant to hurt you. I never meant to make you cry. But tonight I'm taking out my closet. Nick Blake's always been on Genesis. Like the past 10 months. All right, the only name I'm seeing is Dmitry Nurmagomedov, so I'm putting him in there, even if Cop didn't actually win originally. And I see Razor Windu. That's what's happening. That's the match we're getting. That's the next name I saw. Dmitry Nurmagomedov and Razor Windu. I am simming it. Just because I end doesn't mean you have to immediately go live. All right. Let's see who wins these dark matches. We have got Warriors Justice going over Heaven or Hell. We've got Cameron Harris finally getting a win. That's good for him. And Razor Windu building up a little bit of a streak as he takes down the big Russian. All right, so thank you guys. Oh, hang on, I gotta pull up the majig. Stupid thing here. As always, thank you for joining me. If you like what you saw, you want to see more, make sure you do indeed follow me so that you know when I go live. We are just 1 week away from the second annual Cause and Effect the Deadly Games tournament, where our two tag team champions are going to lead separate teams into battle. I don't even understand how this is going to work, but I guess we'll find out as time goes on. Of course, there you go, the link right there to our website. Tim just posted it for you, communityuniverse.4motion.com. If you want your call on the show, you just click on that link and join up with us. And all the past episodes, as always, on my YouTube channel, linked on my Twitch info page. If you want to check those out, head on over there. And I will see you guys for Genesis.